Okay, yesterday, I believe I was trying to tell you a story about my mother. I don't believe it was going to come out the same, so my apologies. Anyway, we got the monster with us again. I don't know if you can see Buster off. He's in his little coat. Come on, bud. Come on, Steve, man. Come on. Come on, keep going. It's getting chilly. Sun's going down. Okay. Come on. Come on, boy. Come on. You're not making this very easy, bud. Come on. Okay. I guess I'll try and start way back as far as I can remember. First time my mother ever gaslighted me. I was about 3 years old. I wasn't quite going to school yet. I didn't start school until I was about 4. I started kindergarten at 4, so this was a little bit before that. I must have been about maybe 3.5 or so. And my eldest sister, I told you I had 2 other sisters. One of them passed away 2 months before her fifth birthday. My other sister is about May, June, July, about 13 months younger than her. Her name is Tabitha. I changed her name to protect her identity because I don't believe she's on YouTube. She's not on social media at all. So I'm going to protect her name. I believe my sister must have been at least maybe kindergarten, 1, grade 2, somewhere there. And she happened to come home with the chicken pox. I believe this had to be fall time, winter time, somewhere there. Snow was on the ground. I remember that much. I remember watching my sister leave the house to go to school. And I happened to ask my mom, I said, did I get the chicken pox from my sister? My sister had picked up the chicken pox from school. Of course, when kids go to school, they're around other kids that are other sick kids. And when kids are around other sick kids, they pass things around. Come on, bud. And stuck in the corner here. And my sister had come down with the chicken pox. And while she was getting over them, dealing with them, she happened to pass them on to me. And come on, bud. And while I was dealing with them, while I was getting over them, like I said, I was watching my sister go back to school. And I happened to ask my mother, I said, did I get my chicken pox from my sister? Come on, bud. Come on, sweet man. Come on. And she told me no. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, wow, I'm a 3-year-old. I don't go anywhere. Or no, she told me no. She said, you got them from some stranger downtown. And I'm sitting there frowning, thinking to myself, I can remember this. I'm sitting here as a 3-year-old thinking about this, questioning my mother's behavior, whatever you want to call it. And the conversation with me, come on, boss. Come on, I want to go home now. Come on. And, come on, sweet man. And, And I'm questioning this, and I'm thinking to myself, yes, at 3 years old, I'm thinking this to myself. How could I have caught the chicken pox if I don't go anywhere? I'm a 3. I don't go anywhere without my mother. My father is working all the time. I believe he was working at the Coke plant up in Prince Albert. I grew up in Prince Albert. I neglected to mention that. But yes, I grew up in Prince Albert. Spent half my life on the West Flat, the other half on the East Flat. And went to several different schools up there. But I'm going to get back on the video again. And I'm thinking to myself, how can I catch the chicken pox from a stranger when I don't go anywhere? And that was the first time my mother had ever gaslighted me, making me question my reality, or whatever you want to call it, my insanity, or sanity, whatever you want to call it. And it's not the first time she had done that. And no, I promise not to make this channel sad and gloomy, but it's just a sad part of my life that I'm trying to talk about. I was never allowed to express my feelings or nothing growing up, so everything is all squashed down. And when I was about, I come from a generation where you're seen and not heard. Children are seen and not heard. My mother had told me about that several times. I don't ever remember my dad telling me that. My mom's second husband, my abuser, he said that to me all the time. He wasn't happy. If we were in the same room with him, he wasn't happy. By the time us girls finally was old enough to leave the nest, he was not finally happy until we were all gone. And by the time we were all gone, by the time we all moved out, that is another story I'm going to tell. By the time we all moved out, my mother finally threw him out. She finally threw my abuser out. I was the second one last to leave out of the 4 of us kids. I believe my baby sister left first. She went to go live with friends because she couldn't handle my mother's behavior. And now my baby sister is a full-blown narcissist. She used to get mad at me over things, my sister. Over the most piddly things. And I do believe, well, my baby sister, she was only roughly 3 years old when my dad walked out. And I don't completely blame my dad for leaving, because I do believe my mom threw him out. She was scared of my dad. My dad, like in another video, I believe I had mentioned that my dad used to take me duck hunting all the time. And I can't remember if it was deer hunting, maybe, possibly. I do remember him taking me ice fishing. There was one time I was about 7 years old. He took me ice fishing out at Christopher Lake. I believe it's Christopher Lake. I could be wrong on that idea. But I do know he took me out ice fishing. My mother was so dead set against me, daddy taking me ice fishing. My mother hated my dad to do anything with me. Starting to get cold out here. sun is starting to go down behind me. I'm trying to show you the sun going down. I can't see it. But my mom hated for my dad to do anything with me, for him to spend time with me. She hated it. I think she was jealous of me because my dad liked me. I was daddy's girl. I was the one that he treated reasonably, and I think my mother hated me for that. My daddy and I had a close relationship. I don't have too many pictures of my dad. They're all buried in boxes in my house. Later on, after a while, maybe further down the line in the future, I'll try and post a couple pictures of my dad. But for now, I ain't got nothing. I have his army picture. That was the best I can do. I stole that. I stole his army picture from my own Facebook page. My daughter had to go into her Facebook page to be able to go into my Facebook page because I got locked out of both of my Facebook pages. I have two Facebook pages, but I'm locked out of both of them. Anyway, getting chilly out here. I want to say more, but I'm getting cold. Another time I can remember, I'm about 12 years old. Due to my childhood trauma, my childhood memories are become to me in bits and pieces. I remember when I was still about 7 before Daddy left. Mom was wanting us girls, me and my older sister Tabitha. She wanted us to do dishes after we had supper, and this is like the late 70s, and it's like 77, 78, somewhere there. I believe it was 77. Long time ago, I know. But my mom wanted us to wash dishes. Must have been about 7 years old. And when my mother dirties dishes, I'm talking about she practically dirties every dish in the house. And this moment that I'm talking about, this day, after the little supper that she made, she had to dirty every single dish in the house. And this day, I believe it was a Monday. Hey, get out of there! Me and the dog trying to eat something he's not supposed to. And on this day, I believe it was a Monday. I can't remember the exact date, but I do remember it was a Monday. One of our favorite TV watching evenings. And Mom wanted us to do dishes during our favorite programs. How I remember this is because my mom, my sister, my older sister and I, we used to be a big Chips fan. My sister loved Eric Estrada. I liked him myself, but not for the same reasons. I was more like a Larry Wilcox fan. I liked both gentlemen. Larry or Eric Estrada. Have you ever seen this video? Still a fan of yours? Hope you're doing okay. Shout out to Eric and Larry. Love yous. Anyway, love that show Chips. And same with that TV show, The White Shadow. Sorry, I can't remember what that guy's name that was in The White Shadow, but he recently passed away here a little while ago. If I was at home, I'd be able to Google him, but I'm not. But anyway, White Shadow and Chips were two of our favorite shows. And then I can't remember what was on after that. Come on, bud. And but anyway, my mother wanted us girls to do dishes that evening, And my sister didn't want us to do this. She didn't want to do dishes. We had been doing dishes for like 3 weeks straight. To completely clean my mother's house, to completely clean her kitchen. And I believe my sister was about if I was 7, she's roughly about 3 years older than I am. So she's roughly about 10 years old, 10, 11 years old, 10 years old, 9, somewhere there. And my father had just got home from work, so he had supper himself. And like I said, my mom wanted us to do dishes. And my older sister, she usually washed, and I usually dried. Today, when I do dishes, I don't bother drying. I'm willing to wash them, but I don't dry them. I just let them sit around on my table or on our cupboard. Let them dry them by themselves, but not my mother. When it came to washing and drying dishes, every dish had to be spotless, and every dish had to be dried spotless. Not one drop of water could be on those dishes. If there was any drops of water or splashes of water on her nice clean dishes, she would grab those dishes that we had just washed and dried, and she would throw them in the sink, and she would force us to rewash those dishes again. I'm not kidding. Come on, Bud. It seemed like the dishes that we used to do when we were kids literally destroyed the fact that I now, as an adult, as a 53-year-old adult, hate doing dishes because of my mother's behavior. I'm not looking at the screen because I'm thinking of way back when my mother used to do these things to us. And this day, when my sister didn't want to do dishes, she went upstairs. Our house, we were living in a tri-level duplex on the west side of Prince Albert, by close to, I forget what the street was called. It was only a few blocks away from the exhibition there. And come on, bud. And come on. Oh, another car coming, I believe. Hold on, bud. Come on. Gotta go across. Come on, little man, before you get ran over. And my sister did not want to do dishes that evening. Instead, she went upstairs. Not quite sure what she was doing. But when she came downstairs, she had told me that she was brushing her hair. Anyway, I'll back up a little bit. My mother kept calling my sister to come downstairs. My sister didn't want to come downstairs. And my mother had made sure that she made us afraid of her. Right up until I was about 19 years old. Until I faced her, I was afraid of her too. And my sister not wanting to do dishes, she sent my dad. Like, my dad's not a violent man. He has a very quiet temper. He's very patient. He's very patient with us kids. But of course he wasn't around us kids all the time, because he was working all day. The job that he had, I believe he was working out at Waskasoo, working on cleaning out the toilets or something out at the cabins out there. I believe that was his job. Sorry, bud. And anyway, my mother instigated a fight between my dad and my sister. She sent my dad upstairs, told my dad to get this brat. She called my sister a brat. Oh, Bussy wants to go inside. I want to finish my video here. Back in the yard again. Hold on, bud. Just checking the time, 20 minutes. Anyway, it's getting cold anyway. But she sent my dad upstairs. And my dad asked my sister what she was doing. And from where our kitchen was, from where my sister's bedroom was. She had the furthest bedroom away from the kitchen. So it was difficult to hear from what, I'm going to put Bussy inside. It was difficult to hear what they were both saying to one another. And couldn't hear my dad raising his voice, getting mad at my sister. And go inside, go. Come on, dude. Okay, be right in, bud. Sorry about that. But I want to finish my video before I go inside. Anyway, next thing I knew, my sister's come racing down the stairs into the kitchen, screaming and crying and running from my dad. I guess my dad used his leather belt. He had a leather belt that was about 2 inches wide. I'm trying to show you here. It was about 2 inches wide. And that belt hurt because my mother had used that belt on me before. I'll never forget that. We grew up in a very violent household. When my sister come down to the kitchen, my dad didn't even come to the kitchen. He just went to the living room, went and sat down with my mom. She was sitting on the couch. I didn't know what she was doing, but she was watching TV. My sister come crying to me in the kitchen. And she lifts up the back of her shirt and she goes, "Can you see any red welts?" She sat on her back. And there were 2 red welts going across her back like that. I think about that. I've asked my sister many times, and because I can't talk to my sister, I can't ask her anything. My mom even has told me over the years since I moved out of the house. I moved out when I moved out the first time. I went back. I moved out the second time, and I never looked back. But I did go visit my mom. And every time I went to go visit her, things got worse. I moved out, and the first time with my first boyfriend, I believe it was December 12th, 1992. I know it was 1992 because the snow was on the ground. And then I had brought my pain into that relationship because I didn't know how to deal with it. My mother didn't teach me anything. And so that boyfriend, he had kids with another woman. I don't believe that woman's alive anymore. I happened to Google her, and I happened to find her. And I believe she passed away last year. I'm not going to say her name. I'm not going to say his name. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to make the glare off my glasses go away. That's why I always take my glasses off. Anyway, just because I'm filming doesn't mean I'm still familiar. I'm still comfortable with the camera. I'm still not comfortable with it. I can see the fat in my face. I don't like that. But anyway, I get back to the video. After I saw those 2 welts on my sister's back, I shake my head. It wasn't my dad's fault. Of course he put them there. I'm not going to bad talk my dad because my daddy's not around anymore. And it wasn't his fault because my mother instigated it. She's a horrible, horrible woman. And I'm going to post pictures of my mother. I may or may not be able to do it in a video. I might just have to make a couple posts. Put a couple pictures. I only got one picture of her. And she's standing with her favorite second husband, her abusive child molester husband. I'm sorry, YouTube, I don't mean to say that, but he is a criminal. He has a criminal record up in Prince Albert, in the province of Saskatchewan. And I'll go more into detail about that in my next video. That's what yesterday's video is supposed to be. I had just started talking about my abuse yesterday, and I lost my video. My dad didn't stick around long after this incident with my sister. My mom, she was scared of my dad. Like I said earlier in the video, he had guns around. He wasn't a criminal. He used those guns for hunting. I don't remember. I don't think he ever had any criminal behavior. I have no idea where. I don't think so. My mother never spoke about it. But he had those guns for hunting. And she was forcing him. She was scared of him. She was more scared of my dad with a weapon in the house. I'm sorry, YouTube. This is my story. I try not to bring stuff like that. I see other YouTube videos talking about guns and other videos showing guns on YouTube. But this is my story, and I have to include that part in my story. After this incident, my mom and dad's relationship went downhill. Like I said, my mom was scared of my dad, and she couldn't handle him being around. She has told me over the years that he had mental problems. Why, I don't know. She won't tell me, or she doesn't know. But I want to use this channel so I could try and vent some of my anger from my mother. It's the only way I know how. I'll tell you another story. I don't know how much time I have left. 27 minutes. It doesn't matter how long I make my videos. It's just that my phone capacity, it won't hold that much time. And then I try and upload them up to my Google page, and my Google page won't accept them either. So I'm going to go into one more little story, and you're not going to like this one either. I go ahead into time a little bit. The last story, I was about 7 years old. I go into time a little bit. I was about 8. So it would have been 8 years and 9 months, 11 months old. Because my dad left, my birthday's in January of 71. And my dad left in roughly December 79. So in the next January of 80, I would have been 9. So yeah, I was roughly 8 and 11 months old when Daddy left. So like I said, my mom and dad's relationship didn't last very long after he hit my sister. And like I said, over the years, my mom had actually told me that there is a possibility that my dad might have touched my sister in an inappropriate way. May have. She doesn't know for certain. And I had written a letter to my sister here in April, telling my sister that I was done with my mother. I was done dealing with her. I have not spoken to my mother since Boxing Day of December 2023, last year, 9 months ago, let's say. Today is October 24th. I'm guessing 2024. It's 6:15. I have not spoken to her in 9 months, and I don't miss her. And my sister won't tell me if Daddy ever did anything to her. And I'm trying hard not to make this channel gloomy. I'm not. But these horrible events in my life are a part of my story. It's part of my life story. When I'm 90 years old, I'm going to remember this. The fact that my father walked out on his little family. He left 3 girls behind. My baby sister was 3, roughly 3, April, Yeah, roughly 3.5. Her birthday's in April, 76. My birthday's in January, 71. Tabitha, my older sister's birthday is in July of 68. And the older sister, I'll call her Beverly because she has passed away, sorry. Her birthday is in May of 67. So you can do the math. He left. Let's say he left 4 girls behind. And he never turned back. He turned his back on his little family. He never came back. I never saw him again. Now I'll go a little further up ahead. We moved because that little house that we were living in when my daddy left. We were living on the west side by Queen Mary School. I can't remember what block, what street that was. It might have been. I can't remember what street that is. 12th Avenue maybe, by Queen Mary School. And we moved a little bit south to 16th Avenue. 1435 16th Avenue, I believe, if my memory serves me right. Moved to a little yellow duplex, and that's where my abuse started. Starting to get dark. I'm gonna sit out here for a little bit till you can't see me anymore. I'll try and sit here. 31. Anyway, we moved into this other duplex, and of course, the duplex had 2 sides to it. We lived on one side, another family lived on the other side, and this other family, this is where my abuser used to stay, was in the other side of this building, the other side of the house. And we didn't go see these people right away. We kind of stood to ourselves. And I'm not crying, I'm just getting cold. I guess one of my girlfriends from school, we weren't close, but we used to talk at school all the time. Her name was Wendy. I'm not going to give her last name. Wendy, if you ever see this video, try and reach out to me. I might have to make another video. My video's getting too long. I'm afraid my phone won't accept it. Anyway, before the abuse started, or it's kind of a mix of events here. I tried to say this in my video yesterday, and that's why I told you so I lost my video yesterday. My mother had an aunt that used to live in BC. Vancouver, I think. I'm not really sure. Victoria? One of those 2 places over there. My mom called her great aunt. Her great aunt Vi. I don't know if she's on the internet or not. Her death might have been, she passed away already. And she might have, my mom never showed me an obituary about her. But my great aunt left my mom $10,000 as an inheritance. She never saved it. She never shared a dime of this. I don't know if she ever shared a dime to my sisters, but she never shared a dime with me. As an example, my mom is middle of summer. I believe it was, I must have been about 12 years old. I remember this clearly. About 12 years old, going to school in rags. And I don't really want to say too much because I don't want to get a strike from YouTube. But my oldest daughter, she suggested for me to open up a Patreon account, and I actually kind of forgot about that. My one of the other YouTubers that I follow, I think her name is Chanel Rose. She has a Patreon account, so I'm familiar with Patreon. If I open up a Patreon account, maybe by the 1st of January I'll do that. because I wanna get some I want to get my YouTube channel up and running before I try and venture off somewhere else. But anyway, I'm about 12 years old. This was after the abuse started. My mom, she got this money from her Aunt Vi. And she had gotten all dressed up. And she was walking out of the house, getting ready to go downtown. She doesn't drive. She's never driven since my daddy left. She said she can't handle driving because she's scared of driving. I mean, I get scared too, but I still drive. I'd rather drive my truck than jump on the bus. I hate the city bus. But anyway, she got all dressed up. And I asked her, I said, where are you going? And she said, I'm going shopping. Oh, I'm going to go pay bills. I'm going shopping, she said. And I said, well, can I come along? I wanted to get away from the abuser. And I'll make another video. I'll try and remember where I left off here. I'll make another video. I can't say too much because I don't want to strike against. I'm not monetized yet, and I don't want to have a strike against my channel. So, anyway, I asked her. I said, "Where are you going?" She goes, "I'm going downtown, pay bills." I said, "Well, can I come along?" I wanted to get away from the abuser because he had moved in with us. And she goes, "No, you can't come along with me." She always used to do that with me when he was around. She always used to leave me home with him. And I'm thankful that my older sister Tabitha and my baby sister, she didn't even take my baby sister home or along with her. She left us 3 girls behind. She didn't give a shit. She spent that money on herself. She took off, jumped on the bus, went downtown, and I forget what store she used to go to. She used to have a favorite store downtown in the Northgate Mall in PA. She'd come back a couple hours later, couple and a half hours later, whatever it was, and she had her hands full of 4 bags of clothes. Remington or wherever in the hell she was shopping at. She had 4 bags of clothes. And I asked her, I said, I thought you didn't have any money. And she tells me, she goes, I didn't have any money for you, she said. Yeah, I told her, I said, I I needed school clothes. I said the clothes that I have were ripped up. One of the pair of jeans, I shouldn't say this, one of the pair of green cords that I had a rip in the crotch. Like right in the crotch. Now I'm sorry, YouTube, I didn't mean to say it that way. And my mom forced me to go to school like that. Like, I mean, that hole in the crotch, he had ripped that hole in the crotch big enough to get his fist in there. And I'll say it in another video. I'll explain my story in another video. But it's getting dark now. The reason why I'm sharing my story is because I found somebody on TikTok. Or you can find me on TikTok too if you look for Silence is Golden 313. I don't think I have a profile picture yet. I might have my I can't remember. I just created that like a week and a half or so ago, or at the 1st of October here. I can't remember if I have a profile picture on there or not. But I have Silence is Golden 313, and I have a few videos that I have posted here on the channel. I have a few of the same videos on my TikTok. Oh, battery's dying. So, I don't have much time. I don't want to die. So, but, my mom, she wouldn't share her money. She wouldn't buy me brand new clothes. And I told her, I said I needed new clothes, and she wouldn't share her money with me. But, I found a gentleman on TikTok. I can't remember his name. I think it's Quentin D. Hughes. Quentin, you can find him here on YouTube here. Quentin, and then D House, Deheus, I believe, and you can find him on TikTok. him too. He is the reason why I'm dropping my story. He has given me the courage to drop my story. And that's what yesterday's video is about. And I promise within the next few days or so, I'm going to drop my story. I can't go into too much details because you know the policies of YouTube, but I'll explain as much as I can without getting swiped. But I'm going to add a couple of screenshots that I took of Quentin's TikTok and his YouTube channel. His YouTube channel, a few of his videos has given me the strength to try and share my story. And so if I don't, if I can't get it like edited onto this video, I'll try and post them like as posts, and I'll try and add them to my next video. But I'm running out of power. I'm getting cold. Buster's still barking at the door, looking for me. And it's getting dark. No, like I'm starting to get used to not making the videos in the dark now. I'm just sitting on my daughter's little blue compost box. So, but I'm about to run out of power, and I don't want my video to end like this. So I'm gonna try and include Quentin's information, his TikTok and YouTube information. He's given me the courage to him too. He was abused by a family member, and he never had the support of his family. My family too never gave me the support. They supported my abuser. That's what they did. My whole entire family, my aunts, my uncle, all the cousins, all because of my mother's behavior. My mother divided me from my whole entire family, including my daughters. I also watch videos from a girl. She's down in New York. Her YouTube channel is called Spiritual. I forgot what it's called now. I forgot what it's called. It's Spiritual something. I'll have to try and steal a screenshot of her YouTube channel. Oh, Spiritual Whistleblower. That's what it is. Sorry. I'll try and I listen to a few of her videos too, and her too. She has helped me grow from the quiet, shy kid into the adult I'm trying to be. Getting dark. Still here. You can barely see me. I'll see you in the next video. Sorry I made it for so late, but I took Buster for a walk to make this video. I didn't get home until 5 o'clock, so mine and Buster's video is getting cold. Our walk took my I don't like making videos inside my house because nothing but chaos in my house. But anyway, I'll share some more stories about my mom. I'm going to totally I was talking to some girl today. She helped me try to open up a little bit. Complete stranger talked to me about my story, but I guess this is the end because my phone is about to die. Have a good evening. Remember, if you're going through shit, just keep going. Not everything lasts forever. When you're walking through the valley, remember there's always a mountain ahead of you. And the mountain might be steep, it might be long. And there's always something better at the top. So see you in the next video. Take care. Have a good evening. Try and see you tomorrow. See what I can do tomorrow. Okay. Take care. Bye.